Welcome to a SimCenter AimSim Student Edition tutorial covering what is and how to perform a batch run. A batch run allows for the user to vary the value of a component's parameter to perform simulations for each value sequentially. Batch runs show how the system's behavior is affected across a range of values for a parameter. For this demonstration, take an example of two 10-kilogram aluminum thermal masses of different temperatures with conduction taking place between them. To begin a batch run, select the Study Parameters button while in Parameter mode, or the Study Manager while in Simulation mode, with each avenue displaying one of the two respective options. The tab to begin with is Parameters, where the user can click and drag a parameter into the window to make available for a batch study, like the thermal contact conductance within the thermal conduction component. Once in the window, the submodel containing the parameter, title, name, and other information regarding the parameter are present. And from here, move to the Studies tab. Looking first at the Definitions section of the window, there are two possible options to perform a batch study within AimSim. The first option covered will be varying between two limits. Under Definitions are options to make it so that the batch study parameters can be saved and loaded into the window. The window below displays all parameters that are available for a batch run. In order to assign the desired parameter for a batch study, be sure that the box next to it is checked off. For this definition, the initial value for the parameter will be listed first, then a step size which indicates the increment the value will increase or decrease. The number below indicates the number of increments the simulation will run with the parameter values below the initial, decreasing by the step size, and the number above is the same but for increasing. From here, displays a minimum value, maximum value, and the number of simulations that will be run. The Design Matrix button shows the numerical value for each batch run, and also allows for the particular batch runs to be checked or unchecked as to which ones will be performed. The second definition is user-defined datasets, which allows for the user to manually enter the parameter value for each run. Simulations can be added under Sets by pressing Add and can be removed by selecting Remove, with a particular set to be removed being done by selecting its corresponding set number from the drop-down. Here, the user can set values to whatever they see fit for comparison, with the same design matrix available above. The simulation for both definitions performs in the same fashion. So let's just run one with user-defined datasets. But there are two separate ways of performing the simulation for a batch run. First, the user can press OK on the bottom of the Study Manager window and proceed to simulation mode. After compiling, open Run Parameters. In order to perform the batch runs, the options for a batch under Simulation Type must be checked, and then pressing Run Simulation is applicable. Alternatively, with the window kept open in parameter mode, move to simulation mode, or open the window within simulation mode and press Run on the Studies tab to the top right. This will automatically change the simulation type to a batch run. When the simulations are being run, within the Run monitor, a progress bar is displayed for each run to monitor the progress or errors if they occur for each simulation. With each simulation complete, open the variable plot for the heat flow rate within the conduction component. The run with the initial value will be displayed first if available. To display the plots for each batch run, click on the Select Results to Plot button to the top. The window available lists every run that was performed with an option to display their values and can also select and deselect different runs to display. Selecting Select All will make them all available, and after pressing OK, each run's results are on the screen. To isolate a certain run, click and drag the line for the corresponding run to the bottom of the plot, displaying this plot on its own. Additional helpful batch run tips include the ability to perform batch runs on integer parameters, such as the thermal material definition, as well as using a global parameter to perform a batch run. Another convention is being able to select multiple parameters to perform batch runs with. Doing so and varying between two limits will perform a batch run for each possible variation of the parameters selected. and within user-defined datasets, we'll perform a batch run for each column set within the window. And with this concludes a quick guide to batch runs in the Study Manager. Thank you.